Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
But you don't expect it in a little town.
Now at 10, 2 armed robberies happening at 2 separate gas stations in Terryville. The suspect police want you to look out for. Plus, a tragic crash in Montville Friday night, killing a mother and her teenage son. Why state police are reminding drivers of the move over law. Joining the fight against childhood cancer, how a restaurant in Windsor is spreading a powerful message through its yearly event. The Fox 61 News at 10 starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the News at 10. I'm Carmen Chow. Thousands of dollars were stolen from 2 Terryville gas stations yesterday. One neighbor has lived across the street for more than 20 years and says this is the first time he's heard of something like this happening in the village. Fox 61's Tony Black joins us live in Terryville after speaking with one of the people working when the robberies happened. Tony?
Yeah, Carmen, thousands of dollars were stolen from this Citgo gas station here in Terryville yesterday. But just across the street, this Gulf station also hit yesterday. Neighbors in this area say they really did not expect something like this to happen in their small town.
Pretty quiet always, usually quiet. This is like the first big thing.
Walter Godburn has lived on Main Street in Terryville for more than 2 decades. It's a quiet part of Plymouth where he says car accidents are typically the talk of the town. What he came home to Saturday night has changed those conversations.
Both gas stations were roped off with a caution, cop cars sitting on the ends.
The Citgo and Gulf gas stations on Main Street both reported armed robberies Saturday evening. They're right across the street from each other. Police have released these photos of the suspect.
Well, that was the first time anything really happened around here besides accidents, stuff like that. But robberies, from what I hear, the guy over there had a knife put to his throat.
One of the gas station attendants working says he was outside when the man put a knife to his neck and demanded money. He says $5,000 worth of cash and lottery tickets were taken. A Citgo employee says they lost almost $4,000.
And they got both the gas stations. That's wild.
Kristen Moody was glad to hear there were no injuries reported. She says police are usually stationed right by the 2 gas pumps.
So it's pretty odd that they hit these gas stations right in the main area.
Neighbors say this type of crime is unexpected in the little town, a population near 12,000, and Godburn says the armed robberies are scary, especially with little kids nearby.
You can think about it, but if it happens, it happens.
Plymouth police say anyone with information on who that suspect may be is asked to give them a call. And that gas station attendant I talked to said obviously this is a crazy situation, but ultimately he's glad that it didn't escalate into something worse. Live in Terryville, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
Tony, thank you. New tonight, firefighters responded to a fire at a multi-family home on Blue Hills Avenue in Hartford this afternoon. One firefighter was injured and brought to the hospital. 2 residents were rescued and were not injured. It is unknown how many families will be displaced. The American Red Cross will be assisting them. The cause of the fire is under investigation. Also in Hartford, late last night, a man was shot at the intersection of Maple Avenue and Barnard Street. Here's a look at that scene early this morning. Police saying it happened just after 11 p.m. They found the man with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound, and they're still investigating and have yet to identify a suspect in the shooting. And also new tonight, a person was ejected off of his motorcycle after hitting a tree in Wolcott. It happened at the intersection of Andrews Road and James Place. Police saying the bike went off the road and the driver, a person in their 50s, flew off the bike. They are expected to be okay, but were transported to the hospital for their injuries. And it was a dangerous day on I-91 northbound at Rocky Hill today. Police saying there were 2 separate crashes backing up cars. Here's a look at the first accident between exits 23 and 24 just before 4 p.m. First responders saying that they rescued 2 people from a car after it crashed into a barrier and caught on fire. Just a little under 3 hours later, another car crashed at the intersection of the I-91 southbound ramp and the Silas Dean Highway. That car also resulted in 2 people being hurt and then being sent to the hospital. And turning now to the weather watch, this weekend we got a taste of both fall and summer, but the humidity we felt today could be sticking around tomorrow. Here's meteorologist Ryan Breton joining us right now. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Carmen. Hi, everybody. A true summer feel out there today with the humidity on the rise and the warm summer temperatures, too. Most of the state has stayed dry all day long. There are a couple of very small sprinkles and showers moving through northern Connecticut right now. We'll take you there on the live Doppler, one that may be going through Stafford and Stafford Springs and a couple others just up over the border in western Mass. But most of us will stay dry all night long. It is balmy, though, at 10 o'clock, 75 in Hartford, 71 in Meriden. We're at 76 in New Haven and 73 in Groton. The dew points notably are up there. It's up to 70 right now in New Haven. That means it feels very humid, if not tropical, at the shoreline tonight, while the rest of us, it is mild and muggy with dew points in the mid-60s. Through the rest of the night, it just won't cool off much, unlike a couple of the nights we had late last week and early this weekend. Overnight lows tonight for most of us are in the 60s. Tomorrow we'll have sunshine through the morning, a very warm, very humid day, another summer feel. And then in the afternoon, there will be a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms. And a couple of these could be on the stronger side in northwestern Connecticut. We'll talk more about this and a fall feel in the 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit. Carmen.
Ryan, thank you. State police are out with some reminders for drivers tonight following a deadly crash in Montville that killed a mother and son. Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro has those details as the community remembers the victims.
State police are still investigating what led up to this deadly crash. And as that happens, family and friends are still mourning those two victims, a mother and her son from Norwich.
Messages of support pouring in on a GoFundMe page for the family of 33-year-old Jamie Krajewski and her 17-year-old son, Tyshawn Harper. Some of the description on the page reading, Jamie was a single mother with 5 children and was always there for anyone who needed help. She was a hardworking woman and her children were her life. Her oldest, Tyshawn, was a very kind, smart, loving, hardworking son, brother, friend, and teammate to all those around us. The crash happened around 11:30 Friday night on I-395 northbound by exit 9. State police say 2 cars were pulled over on the shoulder of the highway, one of them Krajewski's. Then, a third car that was driving crossed over the white fog line and hit those 2 cars, as well as Krajewski and Harper, who were standing outside. Both died on scene.
So we have a collision accident reconstruction squad, our CARS unit, that comes out and they do a full investigation.
State police now offering some reminders for drivers who need to pull over.
If they do need to move over into the shoulder in a safe spot where there's plenty of room, and to stay inside the vehicles. Vehicles are built so upon impact it provides safety to those that are inside the vehicle. But if you can't stay inside the vehicle, if there's a car fire or something, when you get out, avoid oncoming traffic, find a safe distance away from where those travel lanes are, and call 911 immediately.
Another reminder, obey the move over law.
That not only is for emergency responders, but if anybody sees any types of hazards in the roadways, in the shoulders, to slow down, provide some distance.
State police are asking anybody who might have seen that crash or has dash cam video to reach out with that information. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, Angelo. Gone, but certainly not forgotten. And here's a picture that was shared to us from the WPTP Junior Football League. Tyshawn was a recent graduate from that program. In that Facebook post, they say in part, quote, Tyshawn was a standout athlete. They also say his mom, Jamie, would always be there to cheer him from the sides for all plays, big or small. In an effort to join the battle against childhood cancer, Union Street Tavern of Windsor hosted their 16th annual Tavern Trot today. The event is a 3.5-mile road race through the historic Windsor Center and Manchester Road Race qualifier. There was live entertainment, free refreshments, and food. Members of the community have continuously inspired to get involved to raise money for the fund.
We're supporting children who have been through cancer and have passed away from it, and we're here to race and have fun and raise money for them.
Just such a wonderful community event. We've been doing it. Our whole family comes here and we do it. We've been doing it since the beginning. We have all the different T-shirts, and it's just really to support Alex's lemonade stand and her whole message that she gave. Like, what an inspiration that she left for us.
Our very own Fox 61's Jen Bernstein emceed the event today. Cash prizes were also awarded to top finishers. Well, it was a beautiful day in Newington with more than 400 bikers taking that opportunity to take a drive through several towns in Connecticut. It was all part of a memorial for a police officer who was killed in 2004, Peter J. Lavager. Today was the 18th anniversary of the memorial drive, which raises money through participant donations. Those donations go towards a scholarship fund for kids looking to go into law enforcement and criminal justice. Now, when's the last time you've heard good news about gas prices? Here in Connecticut, the price for a gallon of regular gas is starting to come down dramatically, with some locals reporting seeing prices dipping below $3 for the first time in months at some stations scattered around the state. AAA reporting today the Connecticut average is sitting at $3.47. Compare that to 1 year ago, and it's only a 26-cent difference. Compared with the rest of the country, Connecticut could be doing much worse. The national average across the U.S. is $3.68, with those above average prices being mostly concentrated to states in the West. Connecticut has the lowest average out of all New England states. And if you're looking for the cheapest pumps to fill up at Hartford and Talon counties are reporting the cheapest price per gallon for regular. Litchfield and Middlesex counties are also slightly below Connecticut's average. New London, New Haven, Windham, and Fairfield are clocking in with the highest reported cost.